What's up, everyone? Aaron Negler here with Cheesehead TV, coming to you live on Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. I've lost all concept of time, track of time and space. I've been shut up in my apartment all day. I don't even know if it's night or day. How is everybody? I hope you're all having a good day. The Packers took to the practice field today. Everybody participated. Sounds like the 49ers are getting healthier. Video of George Kittle running around in practice sure looks like he's trending towards playing, which obviously is less than ideal, given the problems the Packers have had guarding any tight ends, let alone great tight ends. Hope you're doing better than you sound. Yeah, I'm not great, but Playin hurt. Wanted to jump on here for you guys and say, what's up? Only a couple more days till the Packers finally play a football game. Man, I know the bye is a good thing for the players. They get away from it. It's a good reset for the organization. But, man, it's tough. This week after they haven't played, man, it's just so hard. It's like I need some Packers football in my life. Do I like flying? That's all right. It's a necessary evil. To get where you want to go. I don't particularly look forward to it, but, I don't hate it. It's all right. You know what I wish? You want to make flying so much better is if the NFL let Game Pass / what used to be Game Rewind available for download on my iPads or on the computer. So I wouldn't have, because you can't stream it when you're flying. If I could watch game film on flights, the world would be a million times better. And I know it's a first world problem. I understand. But it used to be when Game Rewind was a thing, wasn't the initial app that they launched, you could download games onto your iPad and then watch them on the plane. And it was brilliant. And now you can't. It sucks. That hat's dope. Thanks, man. Got it at the Pro Shop in Green Bay. David, thanks. I hope I feel better soon. Craig, thank you for the super chat. Any word if Vitale will be featured or at least will play? Well, he'll play. I don't know if he'll be featured. Coach ain't going to give that up. I hope so. He needs to be. Once and for all, is it Nagler or is it Nagler? Who cares? A win will cure all illness. Reese, I think you're right. I know we always look for help away from 1265, and that might not always be the best thing to do. But how about getting a look at Mo Wilkerson, if only for depth? Just because he didn't look that great in the 3 games he played last year. He looked pretty pedestrian. They've got pedestrian. They've had pedestrian all year long. And I understand for depth, etc., but they've got depth. Kingsley Keke has got athleticism. He's got burst. He just needs to play. I don't. And plus, you throw in the legal issues with Wilkerson, and I'd be very surprised if Gutekunst made that call. Bears to sign Cap so he can run all over us again. Possibly. LaFleur saving Vitale. I do love that idea. He's saving the fullback for the stretch run or for the playoffs. That's hilarious. Cheesehead TV, what do you think of every mock draft having Packers taking a wide receiver in the first round? Yeah, it makes sense, right? I mean, I get that the draft industrial complex never sleeps, and that is the position of apparent need. Lots of things will change by the time they actually get on the clock. Hell, by the time the season's over and we know what the records are and we know pretty much what the draft order is, then we can start talking. But even then, it's a long process of who's actually coming out, what the team needs are of the teams picking ahead of them, who might fall, etc. 27-20 Packers, book it. Bennett, I'm calling my bookie right now. No, I'm not. Oh, Lord. Keep stocking your O-line and defense. Everything else will fall in place with 12. Yeah, but, 12 ain't going to be around forever. And Brian Gutekunst's job is to look to the long-term health / future of the franchise. So I tend to agree with what you're saying there, but, you can't just build and think, a 12 will mask what ails us all the time. I mean, I think that's a big part of what Gutekunst did this last offseason was ensuring that the team didn't need to rely on Aaron Rodgers. And I think for most part, he's been proven right. Is Sternberger active if Tanyan is healthy? That's a really good question, and I'm interested in finding out the answer on Sunday. Would they put up 4 tight ends? It's a possibility, I guess. Maybe they go tight end heavy. Maybe one of the wide receivers gets healthy scratched. Say MVS or Geronimo. Stay tuned. No matter what happens this season, the Bears fans who were woofing in preseason are now oddly quiet. It is scrumptious, isn't it? God, I got to admit, that is one of the better things about this season. Obviously the Packers being in the mix and winning record, top of the division, it's all great. But man, the combination of that with the idea that, God, the Bears still suck. And their fans talk so much shit this offseason. And now they all got to shut the fuck up. Oh, beautiful. Is Aaron Jones due for a raise? Probably, but not yet. He's got one more year on his deal, rookie deal. Has this season shown that Rodgers can play another 5+ seasons? Oh, yeah, I think so. I don't think there was anybody questioning that. Maybe after last year and then 2 years in a row of injury, etc. But yeah, I think he can. There's any doubt. Aaron Jones on the 49ers linebackers seems like a matchup to exploit to me, especially with Quan Alexander hurt. Thoughts, Nags? Matthew could not agree more. And that's what I think a lot of people have been missing when I've been touting him as an MVP candidate. Look, I understand the quarterback position is the most valuable in sports. There's no doubt about it. But, as far as value to the team, Aaron Jones can hurt you in any number of ways, both running the football, as a receiver, out in the flat, down the field. He's all over the map. And I think what you're citing there is absolutely spot on. He can be a total matchup nightmare, not just for the linebackers, but for the safeties as well. Because you got to think, after watching that Kansas City tape, defensive coordinators are going to think twice about putting linebackers on him. If they do see him split out, they're probably going to want to watch it, at least walk a safety over there. And I think he can handle that too. I'm very interested to see what LaFleur cooks up for Sunday night. Let's just say that. Does a 5-1 finish, loss to the Vikes, get us the number 1 seed? Well, we got to watch it play out. I mean, it's so week to week, isn't it? I mean, for a good couple hours there, it was looking like the Vikes were going to lose to the Broncos, and they don't. Right? Stay right there nipping at our heels. And that's just one game. I mean, the Vikes got to go out to Seattle. That's going to have ramifications. And the 49ers play an absolute juggernaut of a schedule. So who knows what's going to happen with them. And hell, with the Packers, you just got to go 1-0 every week. I love that LaFleur says that. I'm all in. 4 tight ends set, smash mouth football. I'm down for it. We will win Sunday if Aaron Jones is the focal point of our offense. I very much agree. Nags, thoughts on Chicago believing they can run the table? It's adorable. That's all I can say. Let's just go 1-0. Exactly, Aaron. Do you think we see more pre-snap movement on defense after the bye? I hope so. I think it will help, especially against someone suspect like Garoppolo. Alex, couldn't agree more. I was just talking about that on the radio, 97.3, the game in Milwaukee. It's been so static. Going back and watching all the games again during the bye week, it's so static on offense, especially early in the sticks, like first and second down. Man, get some movement, get some disguise, dictate to the offense for a change. Right now, they seem so reactionary and allowing the quarterbacks to dictate what's going on. Dictate to the offense. That's what I want to see. Will the teams bring out some surprise trick plays in a big game like this? It's possible. Definite possibility. Sorry, guys. Getting texts. Do you think Mike Smith could be our next defensive coordinator? Mike Pettin's not going anywhere. Nags, are you hoping for a Packers versus Saints NFC championship game like I am? I'm hoping for home playoff games so I can party in Green Bay. The GOAT is really Johnny U. Yeah, damn right. Johnny Unitas, baby. Look, people want to talk Tom Brady. They want to talk even Joe Montana, who is, like, to my mind, the modern GOAT. But if you're talking all time, it's Johnny U. The man invented, like, the hurry-up offense, called all of his own plays. The receivers were allowed to be mugged up and down the field, and all he did was throw for a fucking touchdown like a billion games in a row. Drew Brees' I will say to my dying day, Drew Brees breaking that mark is only because of the liberalized passing rules. He should have an asterisk next to his name in the record book. Johnny U was the fucking man. He is the GOAT. Desmond Howard was so good that Super Bowl season. The highlights against the 49ers never get old. That game, that 49ers playoff game, one of the all-time greats. One of the all-time moments where you were like, holy mother, Mary of God, they might do this. They may actually march to a Super Bowl. I'll never forget it. That was an incredible game. Tom Brady is Tim Duncan. That's really good. That's very good. He's great. I think he's much more appreciated than Tim Duncan was. Now, obviously, everybody knows Tim Duncan was a great player, and he was treated as such during his playing days, but he wasn't deified the way Brady is, especially by his local fans. But Duncan, yeah, just solid, continued excellence. No question. Win or lose, we will booze. That may be my favorite comment ever. Excellent. Michael, thank you for the super chat. When you and Aikman ultimately become best friends, will Banky lose his mind? I've spoken to him before. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, you're assuming that, Banky hasn't already lost his mind. And watching transplants, sometimes I wonder if he maybe already has. Who's all going to the game this Sunday? Not I. Corey and I will be having a watch party here on the YouTube channel. If you're, out and about and you want to watch two nerds watch football, I highly encourage you to check it out. Or if you just don't like listening to Chris Collinsworth, another viable alternative is the Cheesehead TV watch party. Speaking of Corey, myself, and the Cheesehead TV YouTube channel, tomorrow, about this time, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Lambeau time, Packer Transplants. Get your weekend started off right. Grab a beer. Join us. We're going to talk all things Packers. Get the bye week in the back window, rear window. Look forward to the 49ers game. Get ready to go 1-0 on the week. Transplants tomorrow, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock Lambeau time. Jerry Rice fucking fumbled. Jake, you're fucking right. Ain't no question about that. Now here's a guy. I want LaFleur's brother on our staff. He's doing some good with the 49ers D. Apparently, Matt asked Shanahan to let him come to Green Bay, and Shanahan refused. Want him until he becomes a head coach. Thoughts? Yeah, I saw he was asked about that today. But, they're in a good spot. They've got a really good staff. And he said as much, and rightfully so. Of course, he's going to want to work with his brother, and he's going to punt on that question 100 times until maybe one day they do. I think it was only natural that he asked for permission to talk to him, and it's only natural that Shanahan refused because apparently he values him as a coach. McCarthy was the same way. Doesn't want to just give up on guys willy-nilly. So I got no problems with anybody in this scenario. Understand Matt wanting to coach with his brother, and understand Kyle trying to keep him in-house. Ooh, transplants. Yes. How do you expect to score first? QB, TD, or rushing TD? I think it'll be a defensive TD. Someone will pick off Garoppolo and run it back. Boom. Do you think Elton Jenkins will be as good as Josh Sitton? That's a great question, Saul. He's certainly trending that way. I mean, it's still so early in the kid's career. We'll see. But he's got the ability to, no question about it. Do you think the offense could improve if we took away the ability to audible from Aaron? Ooh, Daniel trying to bring up old wounds. No. I got no problem with Aaron audibling and getting them into stuff and getting them out of other stuff. But what they need to do is hurry the fuck up and work with a sense of urgency. That's what's been sorely lacking. Tempo. Push the tempo in and out of the huddle. Get to the line of scrimmage. Get the call. Make the adjustments and go. Taking it down to 1 second every play, and then not even getting into the huddle and getting the play called until there's 20 seconds left on the clock. That's what destroys me. That's what sucks my will to live, even more so than this fucking cold. What QB would you say is similar to Jimmy G? I don't know. I haven't really thought of it. I haven't thought of a pro comparison. Ask me again tomorrow. Nags, outside, who's most likely to do it? Who do you most want to get a pick six first on this defense? I want Jair just because I want to see the celebration. And I want to see him talking junk to whoever he gets it on. Hopefully, Jimmy G. How come they haven't done an up-tempo unless it's a 2-minute warning? That's a great question, Josh. We did ask LaFleur about it a couple weeks ago, and he kind of punted on the question. But I'm with you, man. I think they need to do it. element of surprise, get the offense jump started. Seems to make a world of sense, but for whatever reason, they've been loath to do it, except in kind of 2-minute situations. Of all the things I have lost, I miss my mind the most. That's deep, and it's a pretty good place to leave it. I'm going to jump, everybody. Thank you so much for all the questions. I'm sorry if I couldn't get to yours. Please hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. And if you like what we do, please consider giving $5 a month to our Patreon, patreon.com/cheeseheadtv. It supports everything we do, both on the video side, the content side, the social side, everything. And hey, if you're looking for a one-stop shop for everything Packers, as far as content, video, scheduling, tickets, whatever, download the Cheesehead TV app. It's in every app store, every Apple, Android, etc. It's everywhere, and it's not just Cheesehead TV content, but we've got all the blogs that cover the Packers. We've got all the outlets that cover the Packers. We've got a schedule, we got tickets, etc. Video, all of it. Cheesehead TV, the app, everything you need. All-time Packers, all the time. It's what we do. We're devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. All right, everybody. You guys have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow for transplants. Talk to you soon.